Welcome back to Cringeworthy Overland, where serious adventure doesn't have to be so serious. Hey, put it there, brother. Slim me some skin. Psych! Can you feel that? The crisp bite of autumn is in the air. If you followed my last episode, you know that I've circled back through Flagstaff, Arizona after 6 months on the road with Miso the Adventure Cat. I'm going to be making a few shorter videos in my time here, and for this mini adventure, why not focus on fall foliage since it's mid-October? It's been a hot, dry summer all over the West, and that has led to a patchy fall. Patchy meaning that at this time of year, some trees are well past peak, some are right at peak, and some have barely even turned. If you're a photographer, this might make for a less than ideal situation, but I'm going to show you how you might make the most of it nonetheless and come away with pictures that you're proud of. The key is framing. Not the kind of framing where you get somebody in trouble for something they didn't do, which I have done in the distant past, but the kind of framing where you isolate a subject from its distracting environment so that it tells its own story. These are some of the shots I made in the past in really good foliage years. I'm going to try hiking this Domingo tank trail from Hart Prairie. I heard from a fellow local that there are some seriously girthy aspens somewhere along this hike. And if you watch my other videos, you'll know that there's one thing I like. It's them girthy trunks. Hey, would you look at that? There's still one salsify seed head left. This is like the giant version of dandelion. Each one of these is like a wiffle ball. Oh yeah, here we go. Girth alert, girth alert. That's what Daddy's talking about. Oh yeah, this definitely lived up to expectation. Right, but getting back to the topic of fall foliage, what I was referring to with framing before was really getting in on your subject and getting rid of the distracting edges. The normal and wide-angle lenses of a smartphone are actually notoriously bad at this because they create way too rounded of a perspective and include too much of the environment. What you want to do is use a telephoto zoom lens 100 millimeters or more on a regular camera, or the 2x or 5x lenses on your smartphone, because those can really get in on your subject, flatten the perspective, and get rid of distracting edges. And remember, while our focus is fall foliage, let's not forget to turn around and appreciate the other side. Look at that, it's nature's rattle. Shall we go find some aspens, Miso? I think this would be a good morning to head up to Aspen Corner. I was there when I first got back to Flagstaff and things were looking patchy and not too far developed as far as fall foliage. Now it's a week later and things should have moved a little bit further along, albeit still patchy. Look at how the morning sun lights these leaves. Yeah. Wow, how good does this look, huh? Definitely much further along than when I was here last week. Just walking through to get a feel for things, and you'll see that there's still some clumps with mixed foliage, meaning some are already turned, some have yet to turn fully, others are past peak. These orderly western forests have so many great leading lines that you can use to direct your viewer's attention to the right place. A photo like this doesn't use those leading lines very well, but a photo like this creates a single point for your viewer's attention to converge on. For more distant subjects, that telephoto zoom lens that I talked about can really reach into the landscape, compress perspective, and bring out new patterns. I don't know. How much more can I say about framing? It's a simple concept. People will figure it out. All right, it's too patchy. It's just too patchy. Wrap it up, everybody. It's a bust. Wrap it up. If I see a location that has good photographic potential, I'll probably scout it ahead of time, under broad daylight conditions that aren't ideal for photography, and make a few test shots that probably don't amount to anything in and of themselves, but they'll help me to determine the proper framing so that when I come back later, I'll be prepared. And here I am, much later on, just focusing on the shot. And in the end, if all else fails, you can shoot in black and white. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a wrap on my Flagstaff Fall Foliage 3 Fs in a row mini adventure. I don't even know what I'm gonna be up to next, so the upcoming episode is going to be as much a surprise to me as it is to you. Until then, if you're not caught up on my channel, don't just cringe it, binge it. Now it's time for this edition's Cringeworthy meal. We have buttery home-style mashed potatoes paired with smoked oysters. Whoa. Those things look fierce. Well, Miso certainly seems interested. Don't worry, there's healthy stuff too. There's leftover squash and collard greens. Only one word can describe this, and it's a new word for the English language. Disgustalicious.